Alright folks, today it is time for some homemade mac and cheese. Yes, you can buy a box, and is it quicker? Of course. Is it easier? Yeah. Is it better? Not even close. So, let's start with making our roux. Some butter in the skillet. This is going to be a big batch, so that's probably 3/4 of a stick. Once that is all melted, it is time to add our flour. And add your flour in a little at a time. You don't want big, huge clumps running around all over the place and burning. But you also don't want it soupy either. Now, once you've cooked this down and it's nice and golden, gotten rid of the flour taste, it's time to add your heavy cream. Yes, you can use milk, but it's not as rich and won't taste as good. That's it. If you make a smaller batch, you can get by with a little less butter and flour, a little less heavy cream. This was a quart, but this is a big batch for the whole family, so there you go. You don't have to stay after this constantly, but if you don't whisk it every now and then, it will scald on the bottom of the skillet. Now, while that is starting to tighten up, we can start with the seasoning. Salt. Pepper. Some granulated garlic. That's somewhere in the 2 teaspoon range. And then some ground mustard. Probably in the 1 teaspoon range. Whisk that all in. Alright, well that's thickening up. Let's talk cheese. There are a million different combinations, and there is no right or wrong. This is kind of the combination that I found that I like the best. The biggest part, yes, the good old-fashioned yellow brick cheese. It is creamy, it melts, and it just really works very well. After that, you need to mix it up. I use a combination of cheddar, Monterey Jack, and then Asiago. The Asiago, not everybody likes, but adds a little different flavor to it, and it's better than just the plain cheddar. Gruyere is always good if you can find it. Now, once that is starting to tighten up, time for the cheese. I do always like to keep some milk handy if it starts to get too thick, or you're worried about not having enough bechamel. Add a little milk to it. Alright, now sauce is thickened up nicely. Let's add the pasta. Said I'm using rotini this time. Use whatever you want. Just add it in slowly. May not always need the full pound, the box, whatever. Remember, you can always add more, you can't take it out. A little more. That should be good. Make sure it's all stirred in there well. Now, time for the casserole dish. This is a dish that I've already sprayed. Pour it all in. When you make a batch like this, I hope your family likes mac and cheese. Now, before it goes in the oven, a little more work left to do. I like to sprinkle a little more cheese. This is the cheddar jack. Don't have to go overboard. And then spread a little more Asiago on top of it. And finally, sprinkle some Italian breadcrumbs on the top. Little flavor, add a nice crunch to the top. Now it is time to pop it into a 350-degree oven. It's already hot, doesn't need to be long, just long enough to kind of crunch up the breadcrumbs and melt the cheese. You're probably looking at about 20 minutes. All right, and there we go. Golden bubbly mac and cheese. Remember, play around. What do you like? More garlic, more salt, different cheese, less cheese, more cheese. Take your pick. Hope you enjoy. Thank you.